What is one piece of advice you wish you'd received early in your career?
I mean, I have some really good pieces of advice that I live by. Yeah.
Let's hear those.
Yeah. My first investor, family member of mine, said the streets are littered with roadkill of companies that strayed from the original business plan. And I remember that. Like, a lot of times I tried to like maybe get into rentals or building something like a multifamily unit, or maybe I decided to do a couple of different ideas, and I stuck to my one thing, and I think that was key to my success for sure. By being just focusing on one thing and just building single family homes, that really became that's allowed us to become an expert at it. So that's my piece of advice.
Love it. How do you deal with the stress and pressure of these larger scale developments and having the capital exposure and the investors and all that stuff?
I don't know if I deal with it. I strive for it. I love it. Like, if it wasn't stressful, that would probably be, if it wasn't stressful for me, I think that would be demotivating. Yeah. I think that's what really helps me go.
The challenge inspires
the challenge of it. Yeah. Yeah. Like, failure is not an option because it's going to be pretty big time.
Yeah. Especially the client profile.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So that's motivating. I don't think I try to deal with the stress. I like it. Yeah.
What qualities do you think are most important for success in, residential real estate construction or luxury construction?
I've kind of touched on it before. I think it's important to be humble and always do what's right, and just know that like there's always somebody smarter, there's always somebody faster, there's always somebody that can run longer. You got to lean on them for advice and being an expert in their field so that you can be best that you can be, right? And then just being truthful and always telling the truth and honest. I mean, that's a good way. I mean, even if it hurts, you got to rip that Band-Aid off and just say it the way it is. And then when something doesn't go right too, you got to like fix it right, and you got to make sure that everybody understands like, okay, we can put a Band-Aid on it, it'd be good for a couple of years, or we could do it the right way and like, dig up that side yard because the basement's leaking and not just like inject the crack or whatever it takes. Like, if you know that something needs to be done, do it that way and just don't put a Band-Aid on it.
Be humble, always do the right thing, tell the truth.
That's pretty much
That's
it.
That's a good life philosophy. That's a good combo for success.